What's up, everybody? It's Jordan, and welcome to the Sports and Hunt Show. In this video, I am live on YouTube, like always. In today's video, I will be doing a 7-round mock draft of the Seattle Seahawks. I literally just got finished doing one of the Tennessee Titans, so make sure to go check that out. So the Seattle Seahawks, they do not have many picks at all. And it's going to be really interesting, to see how many actually picks the Seattle Seahawks take in the draft because, what they're going to do with Russell Wilson, which is just insane. Because, 2 or 3 weeks ago, to me, Russell Wilson was one of those players who, I never thought I would see in a different jersey. Kind of similar to, more than likely Aaron Rodgers, just going to, stay his whole career in one place. But now it looks like, Russell Wilson has a chance to be traded, which is just mind-boggling to me. So if that were to happen, obviously the Seattle Seahawks would have a lot more picks. And when it comes to the NFL draft, it seems like the Seattle Seahawks always trade back a lot to get more picks. They've done that in years past. The Seattle Seahawks only have 4 picks. That is just crazy. That's probably going to change. So we'll go ahead and get started here. They do not have a first-round pick. They do have a second-round pick, and I had them taking Lion Eckenberg, the offensive tackle from Notre Dame. Something to point out, all these picks and all I do from each NFL team doing the 7-round mock draft is from a mock draft simulator from Pro Football Network. These are not necessarily picks who I believe may fall or may be a reach, but this is from their simulator and their draft board. These also include compensatory picks, despite them not officially being released yet, and I do not do trades on these mock drafts. So Lion Eckenberg from Notre Dame in the second round, if he's there, I think that's a great pick. I really don't see how you can get better pick than that because, I know you should not draft team needs unless if there's not a great player at that position. But Eckenberg, he's probably that best player available, and he's a really team need guy. Like I said, Russell Wilson, you don't know what's going to happen to him. And the reason he's so upset is because he's voiced his frustration, over the Seattle Seahawks not improving their offensive line in years past. He's getting sacked way too much in past few seasons. And I think if they draft Eckenberg in the second round, that's a step in the right direction for them to, kind of persuade Wilson to stay in Seattle. Eckenberg in the second round, I think it's a phenomenal pick. I guarantee he's going to be there, though, because I've seen some people have him, a first grade, while I've seen others have him a third-round grade. It'll be really interesting to see where Eckenberg goes. So like I said, they only have 4 picks in the draft. They do not have a third-round pick. They do have a fourth-round pick. And with their fourth-round pick, I have them taking guard Ben Cleveland from Georgia. They could use a guard. Ben Cleveland around this pick was one of the best players available. He's the best guard available right here. And I think he can go in, maybe start in a year or so. Kind of like Eckenberg, though. He just really need to draft offensive line. Who knows? Maybe they can try to sign Joe Tooney to make Wilson stay in Seattle. But I think this is a good pick. But don't expect the Seattle Seahawks to draft many playmakers in the draft if they don't have a lot of picks, because they're probably going to be using those picks to draft offensive linemen. But it's just crazy how few picks the Seattle Seahawks have. I talked about, I believe, the Arizona Cardinals. I think they could have one of the worst drafts based on how many picks they have. The Seattle Seahawks do not trade back a lot. I think the Seattle Seahawks has potential to have the worst draft in the NFL. So like I said, they don't have a first or third. They do have a fifth, though. When the fifth-round pick, I had them taking Kerry Vincent Jr., the corner from LSU. Could use corner help there, and it's kind of more of a depth pick. I think he has potential to be pretty solid. And, Seattle, some of the corners in Seattle are getting older. So I like that pick there. I think they'd be pretty good for Seattle. So they do have one final pick, and it's just crazy. This is my 4th pick I'm doing. It's the last pick. 6th round, though, Teron Jackson, Coastal Carolina. This is probably arguably the best pick they have here. No, it's just 4. Eckenberg in the 2nd round was great, but Teron Jackson in the 6th round is phenomenal, especially because, in case you missed it, they recently released Carlos Dunlap. Give them some money there. Teron Jackson can, kind of fill that void with Dunlap, departing the Seattle Seahawks. I think that'd be a phenomenal pick. Crimps Rumpf, Ellerson Smith, any of those guys, I think that'd be really, really great picks, around that 6th range, if they're 6th round range, if they're available. That's going to be best player available ain't a team need. So I mean, you always try to do that if you're a team. But yeah, I think that might be my favorite pick of this mock draft. And this mock draft was really short lived because they only have 4 picks. Go over these really quick here. Lion Eckenberg in the second round, the offensive tackle from Notre Dame. In the fourth round, Ben Cleveland, the guard from Georgia. In the fifth round, Kerry Vincent Jr., the corner from LSU. And in the sixth round, Teron Jackson, the edge rusher from Coastal Carolina. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time on the Sports 2 Show.